Hello, welcome to our YouTube video, and I'm just going to talk to you about how handy these little two-way radios are. Just normal two-way radios, UHF, VHF, doesn't matter. They're very handy to have with you. For this very reason, I lost my riding partner. I don't know where he is at the moment. You can't always hear where they are, so I'm going to quickly find out where he is, because I can't hear his bike anywhere. He's obviously standing still, wondering where I am.
Specific one?
Yes, go ahead.
Where you know you're stuck?
I'm in Wynand's hut.
Alright, you're stuck, you okay? You can come here?
I'm coming now. Just gonna get my bike out and then I'm coming. Where are you at now?
I am at Sweet and Sour.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna go through loop-de-loops, single track, and I'll see you now.
Okay, roger that.
He knows exactly where I am. He can't see me. He can't hear me if I talk. There's no screaming at each other. This is so handy. Another thing that also makes it really handy is while your bike is idling, sometimes you end up screaming at each other. You can't hear what you're saying. And this thing's turned to the maximum volume. Actually quite easy to hear what you're saying. So you're just talking to your two-way radio while the bike's idling, and the guy knows what you're saying. Also, sometimes when you're riding behind someone and you see something and you want to turn off or you want to communicate with your friend, what I do is I stop and I call us while he's riding, and he can hear the radio more than me screaming and shouting and whistling and all those things in the background as well. So they're very handy. I recommend you ride with one always. It's a good safety precaution as well. There's a couple of things I neglected to mention. There's probably going to be a few of you that recommend we get Bluetooth headsets. I'm definitely avoiding Bluetooth headsets because the reason why I go riding is to get people out of my ears. So the last thing I need is to have someone in my ears then as well. However, when it comes to logistics and safety, it really helps to have some form of communication other than whistling and screaming. So we opted for the two-way radios. Two-way radio versus Bluetooth, it's got better range. You don't have someone in your ears constantly. My riding pal here that I ride with a KDX, we do a lot of expeditions together. He's a loud breather. He'll drive me crazy. He's gonna laugh at this. Also, safety, if you fall behind and you just tipped over and you're upside down. I remember the one day I was stuck upside down in loose bushes. So you upside down, and whenever you push your arm down, it just pushes into the bushes. So it was almost impossible for me to get upright again, and a radio back then would have been quite handy, because I had the bike on top of me as well. It was such a weird sensation. Whenever I tried to move, I just moved the ground underneath me, and when I moved back, the ground moves back. It was so strange. It's like you're stuck in that upside down position. A radio would have been really handy then. But since then we haven't had much problems. In fact, the other day we had I heard a motorbike hoot profusely, and I thought maybe he was in an accident or something, because it's a strange place to be standing hooting. So I said to him, my friend, I'll go investigate, and he said he's going to go ride the loop a little bit more. And by the time I got to the road, there was nobody there, so I went back to the loop. But when I got back to the loop, my friend decided he's going to go to the road to investigate, and I wasn't there. So now we keep missing each other, and it was a quick case of radioing and finding out where we were, regrouping and carrying on, and that helped a lot. So yeah, for safety and logistics, it really helps, and it's changed a lot. Also, getting your riding partner's attention while you're riding. I found that the radio works the best when we ride and he's 50, 60 meters ahead of you, 100 meters ahead of you, and you see something that you want to go explore. I call him on the radio. He's much more likely to hear me on the radio than me revving my bike or screaming or throwing rocks or whatever. So yeah, it's very handy. The last thing I want to mention as well that's plays in the favor of having a two-way radio is that it's not just for your bike or for your helmet. You can take that off and use it for your neighborhood watch or general safety or hunting or anything like that. So it's a very handy thing, and you can use it for multiple things. I always have my radio with me when I go hunting or when I do any of these things. It really just helps a lot. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and ride on.